page Chavov. Per Gimel. Yiras Shamayim hi amalo she'ikor kol amalos. He says Yiras Shamayim is a status or a distinction which is the primary of all. It's the most essential of all the distinctions that a person is able to achieve. What is the beginning of wisdom? Yiras Hashem. That's the foundation to everything. That a person recognizes that he's only the effect, he's only the consequence. He is the effect of the cause. He says, wisdom. That's where it all begins. You have no chokhmah, you don't begin. You don't begin. So that's the very basic foundation. And what is the chokhmah? If a person is endowed with wisdom, that's the olul. That's the olul rishon. Yiras Hashem, vein olul below Yiras Hashem. And how do you recognize that you're the effect of the cause? By having Yiras Shamayim. Recognizing that there's a creator and every aspect of your being is due to him willing that you should be what you are. Okay? Yiras Hashem kodem el chochma atzmo. Ki Yiras Hashem b'mashu olol elo oleh. Ze bevadei kodem ha-chochma atzmo she etzem olol lo-rishon. He says if a person doesn't recognize what the cause of something is, that he's the cause, then there's no chokhmah. Right? The chokhmah only has value only if you understand, let's say a person is phenomenally bright, has tremendous knowledge, and you believe you're a self-made person. That chokhmah, even though you have knowledge, but in terms of true wisdom, the person doesn't have true wisdom in the true sense of what wisdom is, because it's intermingled with his ego. So when does it become unadulterated chokhmah? If it's tempered with Yiras Hashem, understanding that whatever it is, it's purely an endowment, and there's a cause and effect relationship over here.
He says, Hashem made me.
No, Hashem endowed me and continues to endow me. That causes humility, and as a result of that humility, you see things correctly. You don't allow your own ideas to intermingle and to get you off track. Right? It keeps you on what we call the straight and narrow path. He says to identify and to give special distinct to Yiras Hashem. Shlomo says in Mishlei, Sheker achein hevel hayofi. False is charm, vain is beauty. Isha Yiras Hashem hi tisalol. The woman who fears God, she's the one who should be praised. So the Gemara says, Sheker achein, charm is false, beauty is vain. When? That's if it's independent of if it's separate from Yiras Shamayim. But if a woman has Yiras Hashem hi tisalol, and she has those qualities, she has the charm and she has the beauty, that's the ultimate. But if a woman, she has beauty and what's its value? It has no value. Because what is she? She's an object. That's all it is. But if it's intertwined with Yiras Hashem and she is that special person, it's a whole different level of representation. She represents something totally different. Proof of the point is the imos, right? The matriarchs, they were beauty. They had beauty, they had everything. So what did Hashem endow them with that beauty? Evident that beauty had relevance to who they were. But that was coupled together with what? With Yiras Shamayim. the Moths, right? That's shiur tisalo. Yeah, sometimes you meet a person, they look cultured and refined, and the moment they open their mouth, you know what I mean? And they have beauty, everything. You want to run the other direction. No, it was a misrepresentation of what you thought it was. I'm not even talking about the intelligence of the person. The quality of the person, by what you hear comes out of that person's mouth, it's a representation of the person. Pirish davar zeh chen nikro kasher odem nirish kol masav yishurim v'tovim. What's chen? Chen, we always interpret to be charm. We find Yosef had chen in the house of Potiphar. Right? He says chen is a person where his actions are appropriate and good, exceptionally good. That's the way he's perceived. V'hevel hayofi hu hachochma shnikra yofi. Mishum shayofi mor v'achochma meiro. Yofi, he says, is wisdom, is beauty. Because it radiates. A person that has wisdom, it radiates. Shayofi mor v'achochma meiro dechsiv chochmas odom toriponov. Shlomo says the wisdom of a person causes his face to radiate, to glow. Vein tzorch rai al zeh. You don't need to prove that. A person is why he has a presence. A person who possesses tremendous knowledge and wisdom. I used to have a picture on 7th Avenue, on top of a building of Einstein, right? That he hadn't taken a haircut in about 3 years, and he's sticking his tongue out, waggling his tongue. You ever see the picture? No.
Famous picture, yeah.
Whatever it is, okay. Chochma sodom Torah panov. Right? Evidently something's missing there. I'm not sure of that. That's what we're talking about. That's not Chachmas Panov Torah. The Chachma we're talking about a person has true wisdom. I mean, he was a genius in his niche, Einstein. But what about the rest of his life and everything else? Did he have such wisdom? Did he get it? Evidently not. You know, I always say it's very interesting. You know, you have Gedolei Yisrael people. I told you there's a story. It's cited by in one of the books on Reb Chaim Brisker. That Reb Chaim had a student, and that person left Europe and went to Germany. Left, Russia. And he became a protege of Einstein, a physicist. Eventually came to Princeton. So they asked him years later, who was greater, who had a greater mind, Einstein or Reb Chaim Brisker? That's what they asked him. So he told him that in terms of quickness of mind and grasp, Einstein did not compare to Reb Chaim Brisker. But if Einstein applied himself over an extended period of time, Einstein was able to go more deeply into something than Reb Chaim Brisker. That's what he said. You understand? I mean, even as a person who left Reb Chaim, because evidently he didn't value him sufficiently to remain with him, even he spoke very positively of Reb Chaim Brisker. So is his evaluation accurate? To say what he said about Einstein versus Reb Chaim. It's not he spent till he was 60 years old with Reb Chaim Brisker. He left he was a young man. Right? So I'm saying, we find Gedolei Yisrael phenomenal geniuses. But most Gedolei Yisrael are totally normal. They're not eccentrics. They're not eccentric. Why? These people, every one of them, they're eccentrics. Every one of them. They're not normal people. Why? Because any person who was a Gedolei Yisrael, it didn't happen by itself. They were mentored by others. Musar, learning. It was a whole regiment of not only knowledge, but it was behavior. How do you have to live your life? It was perspective, with humility, everything. You win yourself from the physical. It was all kinds of tempering of the beast, of the human being. As a result of that, they were balanced people. Everything was addressed. With these people, what do you nurture? The genius in that particular that point. So what is it? The person's totally off kilter.
Can't you say it's because they have, like Yisro, Yisro also understood that it wasn't their genius, it was like.
But how did they become that? Yeah, but how did they become?
How did they recognize that?
Because they were mentored. Somebody took them under the wing. From the young age, they were mentored, right?
But it is that humbleness.
It's a combination of many things. Many things. I mean, these people, some of them are also very humble. Very humble.
No, but I'm saying humble in terms of recognizing that it's not.
Understand?